The biggest problem with pioneers is too many of them end up lying in a ditch with errors in their backs. My name is Andrei Mincov. I'm the founder of Trademark Factory, and in this video I'm going to share my thoughts about yet another trademarking screw up. This time around, it's Brizzy going after Vizzy. Alright, let me read it from the article and then I'll give you my thoughts on that. Future Proof sues Molson Coors for trademark infringement. The parent company of Brizzy Seltzer's Cocktails has filed a lawsuit against Molson Coors Beverage Company in U.S. District Court for the Western District of Texas, alleging that the second largest U.S. beer manufacturer's Vizzy hard seltzer name is nearly identical to Brizzy in sight, sound, and appearance, and infringes upon its trademark. Austin, Texas-based Future Proof, which makes Brizzy, is seeking a jury trial and asking the court to stop Molson Coors from using the Vizzy trademark to sell, market, and distribute alcoholic beverages. The company is also seeking 3 times the damages outlined in the complaint, plus court costs and legal fees. Future Proof filed a trademark application for Brizzy on November 30th, 2018. Brizzy launched in September 2019 in 3 flavors: Watermelon Mule, Mixed Berry Mojito, and Strawberry Rose. Within 90 days of its release, Brizzy gained placements in more than 1,000 retail locations in 4 states: Texas, South Carolina, Georgia, and Michigan. Future Proof has sold more than 10,000 cases since Brizzy's launch. Molson Coors plans to release Vizzy in late March. The company touts it as the first hard seltzer made with acerola cherry, the superfruit high in the antioxidant vitamin C. According to its Behind the Beer blog, Vizzy was first announced during the company's Q3 2019 earnings call. The lawsuit alleges that Molson Coors executives were aware of Brizzy's name and branding and proceeded with Vizzy despite the similarities. Miller Coors' deliberate infringement is likely to succeed in causing consumer confusion, according to the court documents, which refer to Molson Coors as Miller Coors, the former name of the company's U.S. business unit. Not only is Miller Coors' Vizzy mark substantially identical to Future Proof's Brizzy mark, but Miller Coors intends its hard seltzer products to compete head-to-head with Future Proof's Brizzy hard seltzer products in store aisles, bars, and in restaurants. In a statement, Molson Coors said that the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office published the Vizzy trademark application after reviewing the registered trademarks, including the ones owned by Future Proof. Plus, Vizzy's packaging is markedly different and offers unique ingredients. The company continued, "We don't believe consumers will be confused. Distributors and retailers alike are thrilled about getting Vizzy on shelves this spring, and we all believe that the brand has strong potential to be a meaningful player in the hard seltzer segment." So there you go. That one is tough. That one is actually tough because I can totally see both sides. I can see the pain of both sides, and I can understand Molson. They're thinking, well, this name is different enough. It's not Brizzy, it's Vizzy, and the overlapping part, Izzy, Fizzy, you know, it's kind of a play on words, and they may be thinking that, hey, Brizzy does not own anything that ends with Z or Izzy. They own Brizzy, and we didn't do that. Also, the general rule when the trademarks office or the court looks at whether the marks themselves are similar, the most weight is given to the first part of the mark. If it's a multi-word trademark, then they look at the first word. If it's one word, then they look at the first few letters. And guess what? That's exactly what's different between these two brands. So this discussion about whether there's likelihood of confusion can go either way. It's going to be very subjective. And so what Molson is doing is that they're saying, no, the clients are not likely to be confused. And because we haven't sold anything yet, you don't have any proof that there is any actual confusion. So, and of course, they've got more money to do all the advertising and probably drown Brizzy in advertising dollars with their Vizzy drinks. So that's what I can see from the perspective of the Molson Coors giant. Now, going back to Future Proof, and I can also see their side of it. They came up with something they think is cool. It's picking up attention. It's picking up business. They got traction, early traction with their drink. They've given it their all. They're trying really hard. And then one day they realize that much bigger competitor of theirs decides to copy the concept and virtually copy the name. It's not the identical name, but they can see and they know that they were the ones, that their success, that their early success, that their early traction is the only reason Molson Coors decided to do what they did and just repeat their success at a much higher scale with a lot higher speed. And that's the problem with being a pioneer. Pioneers usually don't have the resources that bigger companies, bigger established companies have. And bigger established companies, that's what they do. They wait to see if pioneers come up with something that's worth copying, that's worth recreating, that's worth reproducing. And then they do just that at scale at a much higher tempo. And it's like I said, it's a tough thing because from the just trademarking perspective, it's hard to say if the marks are, sufficiently similar for this to be a proven case of trademark infringement. It might go that way, it might not go that way. If Future Proof can provide more evidence of Molson specifically copying them, not just on the trademark side, but on the business model and everything else on the packaging, then they would have a stronger case. But in the end of the day, that's going to be very subjective. And probably, if I was to guess, there would be some sort of a settlement where they would come up with a way for either of them to coexist, or maybe Molson is going to buy them out. Something is going to happen. Or look, they might go all the way and see if they can force Molson to change the name to something else. We will see, but it's not a clear-cut answer, and that one is going to be an interesting one to watch. If you are curious about this case, if you're curious about the outcome, or if you're interested in cases like this and stories and comments about brands, about trademarks, make sure you subscribe, get notified whenever the next video goes live. That's what the bell is for. Make sure you click on that. If you have an opinion about this, make sure you post a comment below. And if you've got a brand that you want to protect, go to trademarkfactory.com and book your free call. We'll help you get this process started. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.